What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle and welcome back to another episode of the Bathurst Challenge. Today we have a very exciting car, a classic if you will. Thank you so much to Leg for the suggestion. This is the Ferrari Daytona. Now obviously the Ferrari Daytona is an absolute classic, so I'm very excited to see how she goes. If you're new here or don't know what the Bathurst Challenge is, you give a suggestion for a car, I see if I can find the mod, we do 10 hot laps around Bathurst and the fastest lap gets put on a leaderboard for us to look at. I mean, that's it. I promise you it's a lot more exciting than it sounds. So if you have a car that you want to see in a future episode of the Bathurst Challenge, leave me a comment below. If there's a mod for it, I'll do it. It's pretty straightforward. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into Asseto Corsa, have a look at this Ferrari Daytona, and just see what we're working with today. So here we are in Asseto Corsa, and just have a look at how wicked that Ferrari looks. Classic styling, super long bonnet. I don't really know what engine's running in this car, to be honest, but judging by the size of the front, I'm assuming it's quite hefty. I don't really know how fast this car goes. I don't really know how it handles. I do know that it has a 5-speed gearbox, and that's about it. I don't really know that much else about it. So I reckon we jump in, we'll do a quick out lap, see how the car feels, same as always, and then just dive into our 10 hot laps and see what we can pull out of this Ferrari. Let's go. Alrighty, so we're in the car now, and it just looks as good as you think it would look on the inside of a Ferrari Daytona. Giving the engine a bit of go, and it is very nasty. It is a nasty sounding engine, very, very responsive when I put my foot down. So I'm very excited to see how we go. I'm gonna chuck it in first. Let's just get off the line. Oh my God! Oh my God! That is quick. That is really quick. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you have to be careful on the throttle when you're leaving those corners. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a really fun car to rip around. I don't know how well the brakes are going to do, slowing the car down from such stupid speeds. Oh, jeez. Okay. Whew. I really went hard on the throttle then leaving that corner, and I paid for it. This is going to be very interesting. I don't know how well it's going to go through the top section of Bathurst. Obviously, with that skyline section, there's a lot of bumps, and you need a lot of downforce to get through there without that much of an issue, but I don't know how well this is going to go in that downforce section. Let's try and get through Griffith's Bend here. Oh, it is really, really twitchy. Oh my gosh. This is going to take a little bit longer to get used to than I thought. You really do need to listen to the engine and listen to what the tires are doing, because it is so quick to just lose all control of the car. Oh my God, man, I'm fighting this whole thing the whole time. Ah, shit. Okay, well, this is gonna be difficult. It felt very responsive at the start, and it is very responsive, but I think it's a lot more responsive than my ability to drive it is, if that makes any sense. Oh gosh, okay. Let's take it to the S's. Oh Christ, I can't even get it to the S's. Let's get it down to the S's. Oh no, oh no. Okay, all right. Oh God. This is gonna be a learning curve. Oh my God, that is fun. Very quick, very gnarly. It is super, super twitchy. So the minute that you get on the throttle, you have to be really, really soft. Similar to the way that you would approach like a GT3. You need to be really gentle and then apply the throttle once you have traction, because if you put too much throttle down when you don't have traction for it yet, it's all over. I don't even know what tires are on this car at the moment either. I don't know if they're super, super chunky or really thin old road tires, but this is going to be really, really fun. I'm not going to go down I was going to go down the last straight, but I'm not going to go down here yet. We'll wait for the hot laps for that. I'm going to jump into my 10 hot laps, see how fast I can actually get this Ferrari, and let's go from there. I'm very, very excited, but also very nervous. We'll see how we go. Let's go. So here we go, fastest lap in the Ferrari Daytona. Let's see how quick and tidy we can make this lap in this old girl. Going underneath the start-finish line on the Liquid Molly sign here now. The timer has just begun. Going into turn 1, we're going to get on the brakes just after the 100-meter board, drop down into third, and use as much of this track as we absolutely can. Going to the right-hand side of turn 1, losing a little bit of traction, but still keep it on track. We want to make sure the time is as consistent and quick as we possibly can leading up into the mountain now, because this is where you will make your time. We can make the cutting and skyline section of this track very clean, and we can definitely make up a bunch of time. Under the Audi Sports sign now, flat foot, absolutely pinging this car. 100 meters, brakes, get into the right-hand side of Griffiths Bend, using the camber of the corner as much as we can, feeding it out to that left-hand wall. Don't go too wide, or that is it for the Ferrari Daytona. Going up into the cutting now, we want to try and lead off some power, get into the second gear, hold it to the inside line of the cutting, going up the mountain now, into the skyline section. It was a nice tidy exit out of the cutting, trying to get as much speed as we can going up into the skyline section now, because this is where it's flat foot. There is not a lot of downforce with this Ferrari Daytona, so as soon as you hit any sort of bumps or any sort of air with this car, you are going to lose a lot of traction, and it does get a little squirrely, especially at these high speeds. Going to this left-hand turn now, heading down into the S's. We want to try and keep our foot planted and carry as much speed as we can going down the mountain now into the S's, losing a little bit of traction, losing a little bit in the rear end there on the brakes, locking up just slightly. Down into the dipper now, drop into second gear, and we want to hold that left-hand wall and then go down into Forest Elbow as quick and fast as we absolutely can. The hard thing about Forest Elbow with this car is this left-hand turn. You lose a lot of traction with the weight transfer. Going down into second, holding the left, and now it's power down. We want to get as much power as we possibly can out of this Ferrari Daytona heading into the chase. We're coming up to our speed trap, so we'll see how quick we can get this car on this absolute stretch of road. Going underneath the Amarok sign, pinging the engine, going underneath the Pirelli sign. We want to see how quick we can get. 272 kilometers an hour in the Ferrari Daytona. That is blisteringly quick for a car of this age. Into the chase now. We want to get on the brakes just before the 150 meter board to try and get this car slowed down enough. Into second, going through the chase now. Look at how wicked that car looks. It looks like it is fast when it's standing still underneath the Look at Molly sign now. Trying to get as much speed as we can. We want to try and get on the brakes at about 150 to 100 to try and bleed off as much power as we can. Into the last turn now. Missed that apex completely. Not a big deal. Getting under the Look at Molly sign. It is 2:23.064. Not a bad lap at all for this Daytona. So there we go, that was the fastest lap in the Ferrari Daytona, and that was a challenge. That was a genuine challenge. It was such a hard car to control. There was heaps of power, but to slow the car down was a mission. Like, I realized that I had to brake 100, maybe even 150 meters earlier than I would in other cars, depending on how fast we were going. Down the back straight of Bathurst, right before you enter the chase, I had to brake before the 200 meter board just to get the car slow enough to enter the chase without going off track. The power in this car is insane, but stopping it is very difficult. And like I said at the start during the outlap, not having that crazy downforce for the speeds that this car can actually achieve made it really difficult. The minute that you get any sort of bump or any sort of understeer, it's all over. It's done. It's like on ice skates. Very difficult car to control. But in saying that, the Ferrari did hit a 2:23.064. So for all intents and purposes, a 2:23 flat, which is a very bloody quick lap. And it is a hell of a lot faster than I thought I could actually do in this car. So if we chuck up our leaderboard here, you'll see the Ferrari Daytona sits right underneath the Audi Group B Quattro and right above Peter Brock's LH Tirana, which I am very surprised to see it that high on the list. I really thought it was going to be around the BMW, maybe even the Honda NSX time, but I'm very impressed to see it so high on the list. Like I said, the power's there, but the control is very difficult. If you want to try this combination for yourself and see how fast you can get your Ferrari Daytona around Bathurst, I'll leave the link to the track down below, but the car is part of the base game, so it comes with the base game of Asseto Corsa, so you should have it if you own Asseto Corsa. But all in all, very impressed. Super quick car, super responsive on the throttle, very scary to drive. If you guys have a car that you'd like to see do the Bathurst Challenge, I have a heap on my list. Leave me a comment down below. If there's a mod for it, I'll do it. If you've already left me a suggestion and your video hasn't come up yet, there is a bunch on my list already. I've still got about 20 cars to go through, minus the ones we've already filmed. So there's quite a lot of suggestions, but I'll get there. I promise. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Also subscribe. I post new videos every week, and you don't want to miss them. If you want to join us on any of our social media, I'll leave all the links to that in the description. Come and say hello. We have a great bunch of people, and I'd love to have you there. If you want to come and join our live streams and watch us race in real time, I'll leave all the information and the schedule to the stream down below. Come let me know you found this video. Let's talk about cars. Other than that, I'm going to leave you guys to it. I love your face. Brr.